Hi guys, welcome to Creations by Karen. Today is day 8 of our Christmas and July extravaganza. I'm making a lot of stuff this year going forward towards my Christmas craft shows. So this is going to be one that I think you might like. So I went into my local Goodwill and I found just this piece of kind of wood. Now I've already put a coating of red along the base coats of it, and I've drilled some holes into it, and I'll show you why in a minute. But anyways, with this piece of wood, we're going to go ahead and put some Mod Podge on it and put some scrapbook paper on it. Ready to go? All right, you might need something just to raise it up a bit so you don't get Mod Podge all over your table. So I'm using this. Okay, so I'm going to put some Mod Podge on it. And I'm using gloss Mod Podge, and I got this at, I think I got this at my local dollar store. So I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on it, and then we're gonna put, well, that's a lot, okay. So good coating, and take your time when you're doing this, but not too much time because you certainly don't want to have it dry out on you. I'm just going around and placing my Mod Podge on it. And this doesn't take a whole lot of time to do. So look in your local Goodwill or something. You know, look at garage sales. You can get a lot of stuff at garage sales. I've bought a lot of stuff at garage sales for my crafting. Although I did try to clean up Craft Central. Anyhow, come around this, and I'm doing this first because I want it to dry so I can do the other stuff for you. All right. Now, of course, I did use Christmas red on this part here. Front is just plain wood. This didn't have anything on it, but it had all these things on the back. So anyway, okay, so I've got my Mod Podge on there. Go fairly quickly because you don't want this to dry. Right? Then I cut out of scrapbook paper what I want to put on this with the Mod Podge. This is double-sided, and I'm just going to place this down on here, right to the edge. And this was 12 by 12, and I had to cut two pieces, and I made this in the center. All right, so this is down. I'm going to make sure it's right where I want it to be. No, it's not. Just place it down. Take your time. Okay, you want it right to the edge. Yeah, that's better. It sticks really well with the Mod Podge. Okay, there we go. That's down. And I'm just going to take my scraper. I don't like this. Sorry about that, guys. Just want to make sure it's right where I want it to be, because I kind of cut this exactly. There we go. That makes me happier. All right, then I'm going to take this off, what I've got, raising it up, place this down, and I'm just going to use my scraper tool. Again, I bought it at my local dollar store. Just take your time. Make sure you Come around all the edges, and now this is dried out a bit, so I'm using a little bit more Mod Podge. Just going to pour it in my lid. As I was playing with it, there we are. See here, make sure you get all the bubbles out. That looks pretty good. All right. Now on this I made some holes, so I'm just going to take my picker and make the holes just a little bit more pronounced. So I got 3 there, and I got 2 here. Okay. This looks good. I like this. So I'm just going to put another coat of Mod Podge, and that's going to secure this on here. And this can be just a fairly light coating of Mod Podge, but you want to put something on the top of it as well. So just go ahead, put your Mod Podge on it, and you can use whatever kind you like. They have matte, they have glossy. We got all different kinds of Mod Podge. And while this is drying, we're going to go on to step 2. Okay? So just put your Mod Podge on there. This gets everywhere. And it just seals it, sort of, so that it doesn't get wrecked when you put other stuff on it. Mod Podge using glossy. Okay, so go around. Now I've got my Mod Podge on, and you will notice it'll buckle a little bit. Don't worry about that. All right, that's on there. So I'm putting this to the side, and I'm going to let this dry while we go on. Okay. Step 2. I am going to get a piece of cardstock. And, okay, first I'll show you what I got. So I found this piece at my local dollar or Goodwill, and it was just sitting in a rack, and I painted it black, and it was gold before. So then I measured out just a piece of cardstock, heavier, where it was showing here. So I did that already, cut it out. And so I want to put the same size piece of, oh sorry, this was heavy stuff, like cardboard, and this is cardstock. And so I want to use the red, because it kind of goes with my red thing. And I put double-sided tape on it. So, got my double-sided tape here, and I'm just going to take the top piece off. I went ahead and did this ahead of time, so just for time. Make sure you have a garbage handy when you're doing your crafts. It's kind of important. Let's go with this. Okay, and then I want to affix this to my piece of cardstock, or my cardboard. And you can use like old cereal boxes, whatever you have. Just use whatever you have. So I want to make sure this sits kind of right on top of here. So I've got this going down here, just like that. Okay, take your, what do they call these? I don't remember. If you know what this is called, can you just tell me down below in the comments? That'll help. All right, so this is going to fit into my, this is going to fit right in here, hopefully. So it goes in like this. Just like that, okay, which is good. We gotta have a saying on it. So, on my computer and using my Cricut, I printed out this. And it says, and the stockings were hung. Because you know what we're making? Making a stocking holder. So I'm just going to just use this and just push down on it so this comes off cleanly. Will it do that for me today? Don't know. Looks like it did. So I'm just placing the hawking and the stockings were hung. This is for people that don't have a fireplace. So then I take this. I'm going to fit this inside so it'll be centered. And remember, I bought a lot of these separately. The only part that I bought at my local Goodwill was the sign. So this fits in here, and I just want to affix this onto, and the reason I put that in beforehand is just to make sure it was centered. So this is going to fit right here, and the stockings were hung. I lost a dot. It's on my finger. So that's fitting like that. Just take this aside. Get this one that's on my finger. Maybe I'll keep it on my finger for a minute. And then I'm just going to varnish this. And the reason I did this after was because I knew it would fit. Now this is on my finger, so I'm going to take this off. Well, maybe I'll take this off first. So take your time when you're taking your so it doesn't want to sit down on that. Perfect. Just take your time when you're taking this off. Transfer tape. And I did this on my Cricut, and I think I used the font that was Winter Wonderland to make my saying on here. You often think what the little ones are thinking, how Santa's going to get to their house, deliver their treats when they don't have a chimney. So I just thought this would be a really good idea for someone that doesn't have a chimney. And you don't have to use a Cricut or a portrait silhouette to do this. If you have good handwriting, you can just use good handwriting. That would work too. So just put this down here. Came off on me. It's backwards. It wants to stick to me. It doesn't want to stick to here. Just place this down. There we go. And just move it where you want to. That looks good. Okay. Now this will be backwards for you guys, so you can see that he used my font and I put Winter Wonderland in. Now on the back, I put some of this transfer tape on. because I'm going to put it inside there. You can use whatever you want, or you don't have to put transfer tape on. You can just stick it down in. Maybe we'll do that. So you have this. So this just goes in. Oh, it looks great. And the stockings were hung. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm going to fix this to here, and it's drier. And yes, I did use glossy. So, where I've made my holes, I'm just going to, where is my little, this came with these screws, which I thought was great. They're little bitty screws. So I want to make sure this is going to fit there. So I fit it through. Here we go. And I'm just going to fit it into the little hole I've made. And I just used a drill to put this hole in. So I know that's where it wants to go. And I've got one here. I should have one anyway. Let me see if I can make it a little bit darker. There we go. I got a little screwdriver for it. Just place this down and screw it in. How do I come up with this stuff? I don't know. So I've got another one here. I keep them in a plastic cup when I'm taking these apart, so I know where it is. Just going to line this up and screw this one in. Just take your time. And if you had an electric screwdriver, you could use that. I do have one. It's in the garage though. Okay. All right, so that looks good. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to fit it in here. And I know it's going to be backwards for you guys. So this is what it looks like. And the stockings were hung. Finished? Nope. We got to do something else. I went and bought these screws, or these handles, door handles for, I think they're for a drawer. And I got these at my local not dollar store, Home Depot, I think I got them at. So I'm just going to screw these in. So, and they come with an eye and a screw. So, but I'm wondering if you could just put this down there and use Gorilla Glue, hot glue and Gorilla Glue. Maybe that would work. Anyways, I think I'll just do it the way I originally planned. So I'm going to turn this over, and this is where my screw goes in here. So I put my eye in here, and then I'm just going to screw this in. So I'm just going to put all my eyes on here. And then I'll put my screws in. There we are. That looks good. And they sit down nice, so it's not going to scratch anything. So then I put this in, my screws through, like so. And I've got a screwdriver. This raises up a little bit. Don't worry about that. Just don't want your screw to fall out when you flip it over. Pray for me here. All right, flipping it over. See how it's in there? So then I just turn it over, and then I can put my screws in. So I just put my screw in. I think I have to turn it up a little bit. So there we go. So they can put their stockings on here when Santa comes. There you go. So really, I think the total amount I have in this is about $6. I had scrapbook paper that I already had. I got this for I think 50 cents at my local Goodwill, and I think I paid $1 for this. Anyways, that's it. And the stockings were hung. So the kids can hang their stockings on here. What do you think? All right, if you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you tune in next time when I do another Christmas in July. And until then, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.